The Cleveland Browns get a B minus from me. I feel a little bit better about their draft compared to others. I mean, even Pro Football Talk and Mike Florio, uh, it, you know, are using the whole draft grade stuff after having not done so for for many years now. They always resist grading a team's draft, especially after 2012 when the Seattle Seahawks got crapped on for their picks. They have been really hesitant to do so because the full career hasn't enveloped. And you look at all the other past drafts that were given these A's and B's, and then those classes flamed out. I mean, no, come on. Thank God Peter King just joined the site. Thank God, because he can actually put some sanity into Mike Florio's head, while it seems like Florio might be suffering through black lung disease as he must be living by a coal mine in West Virginia. But what do I know? Uh, but what they probably don't know is that Baker Mayfield has had everything, has had the has probably arguably has the best traits out of all the quarterbacks. He doesn't turn the ball over like Sam Darnold. He completes more passes and is more accurate than a player like Josh Allen. He makes as many plays as Josh Rosen. He throws the ball almost as well, if not as well as Rosen, and he is more mature. He's a more mature thrower than Lamar Jackson. But when he doesn't have the athletic skills like a Drew Brees, doesn't have the height like an Allen, or doesn't have the height of like a Sam Darnold, and didn't play in a pro style offense like Darnold either. That's why people have a lot of question marks about his selection at number one. He looks like a very immature person based off of his public intoxication incident about a year ago, and the fact that he is considered to be a guy who has like rabbit ears. He responds to a bunch of critics whom he should ignore, and he doesn't look like a guy who wears a suit to work. But in my opinion, when if Elliot Wolf, Alonzo Highsmith, Scott McLuhan, a consultant to the Browns, and John Dorsey himself, the general manager, all of whom are Packers alumni, all of whom are Ron Wolf, Ted Thompson alums. If they can grade him at an 8.5, as Peter King had reported in his most recent MMQB podcast this past week, if they can all grade him at an 8.5, and he has a lot of better traits, if not comparable traits, in comparison to the aforementioned first round prospects, then they're actually getting a good player. They're actually getting a player who is actually positive in the right areas, but maybe negative in things that actually may not matter. Not every quarterback is 6'4", and not every quarterback gets in trouble. And even when a quarterback, or even a player in general, gets in trouble, they usually can get back into the league at the same time. They could even, they could even, they're not going to get in trouble all the time. That's my point. Okay, there'll be a one-time incident like Ben Roethlisberger, but he's not going to get into trouble every year. Michael Vick didn't even get into trouble every year, and that guy served 2 years of jail time. But there's always this talk about how, NFL players, they commit a lot of trouble, even though the percentage of players who get into trouble is the same percentage of players the same percentage that get into trouble like the percentage of Americans. Okay, not all Americans are bad. A small percentage go to jail. Only a small percentage of NFL players go to jail too. If not, get into trouble or get arrested. But Denzel Ward is a questionable pick because he too, like Mayfield, is somewhat small, but he reminds people like Daniel Jeremiah and Bucky Brooks he reminds them of Pac-Man Jones. Oh, great, another off-field reminder. But his play is a lot like Adam, and Adam played for ex-colleagues of Hugh Jackson and Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator. He played for the Bengals when Hugh Jackson was the offensive coordinator. I played for Paul Gunther and Mike Zimmer, two guys who worked with Jackson in Cincy. And obviously, he played for Jeff Fisher, a guy who had employed Greg Williams twice in Tennessee and with the Rams. But maybe it's possible that Bradley Chubb could be more overrated than we think. And there have been reaches in the past where, Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson. I mean, they all were crapped on by critics, and they ultimately played well. So it's possible that Ward and Mayfield could beat the odds in that manner. Corbett and Nick Chubb, Austin Corbett, the guard out of Nevada, and Nick Chubb, the running back out of Georgia, look like A's to me. They look like there have been picks analogous to those in Cleveland. There wouldn't be all of this pessimism going on. I mean, and frankly, this second round looks much better than any of the past first and second round picks that we saw with Corey Coleman and DeShone Kizer over the past several years. So maybe they're going one step up. I don't like the pick of Antonio Callaway, especially with them already having gone through troubles with Josh Gordon. Callaway has multiple failed drug tests based off of what he did at the combine. He had behavioral issues at Florida and was and ultimately left the team under some unfortunate circumstances. I mean, I don't think that he is that potential best receiver in the draft, especially with his yard per catch average going from 19 to 13 within 2 seasons. I just don't think that that's the kind of guy that you pick in the 4th round, or let alone call the best receiver in the draft or the most talented receiver in the draft. It's not ideal, but I guess if he can contribute to Cleveland in year 1, I expect him to line up as an outside receiver with Gordon and Landry in 11 personnel, and then David Njoku could be the blocking tight end. But I feel that, and I think maybe like they're done with the whole South DeValve experiment. But I think that all three together, they could be helpful for Tyrod Taylor, and they could be much better as a personnel group at wide receiver in comparison to what Tyrod had played with in 2017. So there's a lot. So maybe there's more of a half glass full approach with Cleveland. In comparison to what may have happened under Sashi Brown and definitely under prior administrations, but I think that what you have to do is not expect him to go to the playoffs, and maybe you'll believe 7-9 would be an accomplishment for the team in 2018, but don't just give up on the players. Just don't give up on the players. Because of how you look at them right now. Just realize that there can be positives that outweigh the negatives, but at the same time, you have to see what assistants like Todd Haley could do. You have to see John Dorsey's track record. And you even have to see what even positives that past bad players did for John Dorsey, especially considering that uh, they didn't have locker room problems from my understanding when he was on the team. At least in Kansas City, and 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 frankly, there's still a shit ton more talent with these first round with these draft picks and these current acquisitions in comparison to what they had even in 2014 when they acquired Carlos Dansby and Dante Whitner and picked Johnny Manziel in round one. So, um, I mean, this is there's no need to give up hope. There's no need to like look down. There are much better players today than there were in the prior 2 years. But as far as wins and losses are concerned, settle down with those, and then you'll be happy with what you're getting from the Browns in 2018.